I wore the dress he once said made me look like home. I didn't know then that night would redefine what home truly meant and what it could destroy. It was our 3rd anniversary. He'd booked the restaurant a month in advance, white tablecloths, soft piano music, the kind of place where even your heartbeat felt too loud. He was fidgety, nervous. I thought he was going to propose. Then I noticed his eyes drift past me and settle across the room. She was there. His ex. Alone. Smiling. Watching. For a second I thought coincidence. Maybe she just happened to be there. But then he stood up, waved her over, and invited her to our table. My heart didn't just drop, it fractured. Why is she here? I asked, my voice a whisper of disbelief. He smiled like I'd asked something silly. You'll understand in a minute. Understand what? That our anniversary dinner had become a date for 3? That his ex sat across from me like she belonged there? Then she leaned in. Her voice like ice. You don't know, do you? Know what? Her smile vanished. Her face went pale. And just as dessert arrived, she grabbed her purse and bolted out of the restaurant like she'd seen a ghost. What did she mean by that? And what was I about to uncover? I stared at the door still swinging behind her, the echo of her heels lingering like a warning. My pulse pounded in my throat, deafening. What the hell just happened? I asked. But Ethan wasn't looking at me. His eyes were fixed on the velvet box between us, the one I thought held a ring, the promise of forever. But he didn't reach for it, didn't speak, just sighed like the weight of the world had finally buckled him. She wasn't supposed to run, he muttered under his breath. My grip tightened on the table's edge. What do you mean, supposed to? He finally looked up, and the hollow in his eyes nearly knocked the breath out of me. I invited her tonight because I thought it was time you both knew. Knew what, Ethan? He opened the box. No ring. Just a faded photo. A baby. Her arms cradling it. And him standing beside her, hand on her back. She said it was mine, he said, voice barely audible. But she lied. I found out last week, the baby isn't mine. But I thought you deserved the truth. Truth? No. This felt like another performance. Another lie with a pretty bow. Then why invite her tonight? Because she threatened to crash it anyway. I thought if I staged it I could protect you. Protect me? No. This wasn't protection. This was manipulation. Then my phone buzzed. A message. From her. Just 2 words. Don't trust him. Why not? And what else had Ethan buried beneath the velvet box in candlelight? I stared at my phone. 2 words glowing like a warning flare in the dark. Don't trust him. I looked up. Ethan was watching me. Brows furrowed, lips parted, waiting for my reaction. But I didn't say a word. My fingers tightened around the phone like it might anchor me to something real. Who messaged you? He asked, voice low and measured. Your ex. I didn't blink. His jaw tensed. She's trying to twist everything. She's furious I exposed her lie. She wants to ruin us. But his voice, it was too smooth. Too calculated. I'd heard that voice before. Not during fights. Not during tears. During business meetings. When he was selling something. Another buzz. I looked down. A second message. Check the date on the photo. My stomach turned. I snatched the photo from the velvet box, hands trembling. Flipped it over. And there it was. A timestamp. 3 years ago. An entire year before Ethan and I even met. Slowly, I raised my eyes to his. You said she told you the baby was yours. Recently? He blinked. A beat too long. Yes, he said. But she told you it was from last year. I held up the photo. This was taken 3 years ago. His face went pale. Too pale. He stood so suddenly his chair screeched and toppled backward. You weren't supposed to see that timestamp, he muttered. What are you talking about? I asked, my voice barely above a breath. His eyes were wild now. Cornered. Raw. And then, he whispered something that made my blood run cold. She wasn't supposed to survive that pregnancy. Silence. Sharp. Violent. Deafening. Wait, what did he just say? I froze. She wasn't supposed to survive? I echoed, barely breathing. Ethan's eyes darted like a trapped animal. That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean, Ethan? I rose slowly, the photo trembling in my grip, because it sounded a lot like you tried to make sure your ex didn't make it out alive. He stepped forward, hands raised. Listen, she got pregnant on purpose. She wanted to trap me. I told her to get rid of it. She refused. We had a fight. She fell. That's all. She fell. My voice cracked. Or were you hoping she'd just vanish? Before I ever found out what kind of man you really are. He didn't answer. And the silence told me everything. My heart thundered in my chest. The messages. The photo. The blurred timelines. Everything was crashing down. You used me as your escape plan, I said bitterly. Played the perfect man while burying the wreckage of your past. I am that man now, he snapped, voice tight with desperation. You made me better. That part of me is gone. But the consequences aren't, I shot back. You tried to erase a life, then brought her to our anniversary dinner like some sick power play. She showed up. I didn't invite her. I stared at him and suddenly it all clicked. She ran out of that restaurant not because she was emotional, I whispered. She was terrified. She thought I was in danger. His eyes flickered, and for the first time I saw it. Not guilt, not heartbreak, fear, not of losing me, but of being exposed. My phone buzzed again. A new message. I'm outside. You don't have to do this alone. My pulse surged. She's here, isn't she? Ethan lunged for the phone. I was faster. I shoved him back, grabbed my purse and made for the door. But he blocked me. Eyes wild, voice low and trembling. You walk out now, you destroy us both. No, Ethan, I whispered. You destroyed us the moment you lied. A loud knock echoed through the room. Then a woman's voice, clear and firm. Open the door. I told you I'd protect her. I shoved past him, flung open the door. And there she was. His ex. Face pale but eyes burning. I should have warned you sooner, she said. But I was scared. He nearly ended me once. I couldn't let him hurt you too. She held out her hand, and I took it. Behind me Ethan stood frozen, powerless, stripped of every illusion he'd ever wrapped himself in. In the weeks that followed, I pieced my life back together. Not because it was easy, but because it was the only way forward. Ethan's arrest made headlines. Corporate golden boy. Now infamous for secrets darker than anyone imagined. The police reopened the case into his ex's accidental fall. She testified, voice shaking but strong. I stood beside her. We were never friends. But sometimes shared pain builds a bridge stronger than love ever could. I moved out of the apartment we once called ours. Found a smaller place. Quiet. Sunlit. Safe. People kept asking if I missed him. The truth? I missed who I thought he was. But that man never existed. Now I trust the silence. I trust the warning signs I once ignored. I trust the voice inside me that whispered, something's not right. Some anniversaries mark the beginning of something beautiful. Others, they remind you of the night you woke up. This one, I'll remember it as the night I chose me over the illusion of love. And for the first time in years, that felt like enough.